Hey there, this is Logan Crockett with Full Circle Music. I am coming to you from our recording studios here in Nashville, Tennessee, and we are here today to answer your questions about the music industry. So you guys asked, how exactly do you build a fan base in music? And I have got the answer for you. So really, this whole thing comes down to one simple principle, and that is that you just need to take a lot of action, do a lot of things, put in a lot of work. There's not like in most cases, there's not some sort of secret sauce or magic formula that's just going to get you a whole lot of real fans. There's ways to inflate numbers. But if you're going for real fans, people who actually care about your music, people who actually follow you, go to shows, like you, buy from you, engage with you, those are real fans. And there's not just a magical way to just make those all of a sudden come to you. Fans rarely ever just grow and just discover you completely on their own. They have to come from somewhere. They have to come from something that you're driving, some sort of force that you're creating. So I'm not going to get too much in the weeds on all these specific methods to actually build fans. The important thing is that you are aware of them and that you choose one or two to really chase after. So as an example, some ways to drive something, some ways to put some effort behind building a fan base is to focus on collaborations. If you can do a lot of collaborations, help out other people, get on their YouTube channels, get on tours, make music with them, do social media blasts with each other, that can definitely help grow a fan base and get a lot of exposure. If you have money, you can just flat out do advertising. I recommend being very careful when it comes to advertising. And if you're going to do advertising, spend a lot of time researching the best way to do ads, because there's a lot of ways to do it wrong and a lot of ways to lose a lot of money with advertising. But it definitely is an option, and plenty of people definitely have success with that. You can definitely do touring. Touring is a great way to go. Whether it's more in your local area or if you literally go across the country, that's a great way to get in front of a lot of new people, especially if you can tour in situations where there's built-in audiences, where it's not just you playing for 4 people plus the sound guy in the back kind of thing. But if you can play at festivals or events or tour with other artists, anything that where you're doing shows where there's some sort of built-in audience that is likely to like the kind of music that you make. So that's definitely really great. PR, you can try a lot of PR strategies on your own or hire PR so that you can get placements in blogs, news sites, all that kind of thing. There's a lot of playlisting strategies. If you can get featured in big playlists on things like Spotify, that can definitely help a lot of people discover you. You can run things like contests. If you have a really great contest, a lot of people can get excited about that. You might just do one really big contest, or you could have the same kind of contest a month, and people get used to it and they invite all their friends to get on that kind of thing. And then of course you can have viral content. There are plenty of people who have just blown up because they did one smart thing and made a viral video or made a viral song, and it just the world heard it and they started sharing with their friends, and then more people shared it with their friends and just became huge. And viral, I want to stress, going viral is not luck. Going viral, that there is a formula to it. It doesn't mean that everything that you try will work, just like writing a hit. Every time you try to write a hit song, it won't work. But there are formulas, there are methods to writing a hit song, and in the same way, there are formulas and methods to building content that has a very good shot, a lot of potential of going viral. So those are all the options, the main options that I would say as far as it relates to taking a lot of action to build a fan base. So you got to choose one of those or two of those. Don't choose too many because then you'll get too distracted and you won't do a very good job on most of them. So just really choose one or two strategies that you're really into, chase after that. And once you kind of have some things going with that, once you have a bit of a fan base developed, the most important thing that I want to stress that you do, that a lot of musicians do not do, is that you've got to love on your top fans. You've got to, first of all, know who they are. Most musicians have no idea who their top fans are, and there's a lot of ways that you can do that with segmentation, and even like Facebook pages and groups have badges now and all this kind of stuff. But figure out marketing, figure out automation, figure out ways to identify. A lot of platforms call it scoring. Score who your top fans are. See who's buying the most from you. See who's coming to the most shows. See who's engaging with you the most. And if you just identify 20, 30, 40 people who are just your absolute top fans, do special things for them. Send them gifts in the mail. Respond to their tweets. Put them on a mass text and send them a text once in a while. Do fun stuff that they will think is so cool. Your top fans are going to be the people who have the most potential of spreading the word and in a really excited way about what you're doing. And you've got to know who those people are, and you've got to do all that you can to honestly cater to them, because in many ways they're the lifeblood of what you're trying to do regarding building a fan base. And then past that, hopefully your top fans won't forget about you, but your fan base as a whole, you got to make sure that they don't forget about you. It can feel really good to go play a new show and get some new followers on social media, but then and maybe they're excited about you at first, but if things kind of fall off and they get excited about other things, or just Facebook decides that they're not as interested anymore or whatever, there's a good chance that they might just not intentionally, but they might literally not be shown content from you anymore. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, they might literally just not show your stuff as much. And so that's where relying on social media in that way can be very dangerous, and that's why you want to take a lot of the communication into your own control, and I'll talk about that a little bit later in just a bit. But I'm reminded there, in a similar sense, there's a really big YouTuber who has like millions of subscribers, makes all these viral videos. A lot of his videos get well over 1 million views, and he was basically going into some sort of restaurant or something like that, and he ran into someone who recognized him. And that person's like, oh, hey, do you still make videos? I love a lot of what you've done before. And the YouTuber's like, yeah, I make videos. It was just such a disconnect, and so fascinating that despite having this huge audience and all these videos that are still doing really well, and the fact that this YouTuber comes out with videos every single week, this other guy really likes him, really likes the content he makes, but didn't even know he was still making stuff, because the YouTube algorithm might have just not been showing him stuff anymore, or maybe he did like him on Facebook and that's not showing him stuff anymore. The point is there's just because it seems like you have numbers, you may even have people who are really excited about you and really excited about your music, but they might literally forget about you if you are not taking some of that communication into your own hands. And that comes to my next point, where I just want to talk about direct contact, where you want to have some sort of list that you control, you have access to. If you have a whole bunch of people who like you on Facebook, you do not own that list. You do not have control of that. If Facebook ever wants to take that away, there's nothing you can do about it. If you have a whole bunch of YouTube subscribers, that could be meaningless, and you don't have, if YouTube were to go away, you would have no way to take those subscribers and put them on another platform. So you always want ways to get in contact directly with people in a way that you have more control over, and the best ways to do that are email is still probably the absolute best way, and simplest way, because a lot of people are willing to give you an email address. But text lists can be really great too as a third option. You don't own this one as much, but it can help supplement the other two, and that would be like a Facebook Messenger list that's getting more and more common. So the point is having, just really relying on having some sort of list that you can directly contact your fans through, and then actually using it in a smart way. A lot of artists don't use their email marketing or text marketing, any of that kind of stuff, very smart. They just kind of send out an announcement here, an announcement there, and don't do much beyond that. But there's so much more you can do to segment your top fans and do all kinds of campaigns and get people really excited about what's coming up next, instead of just announcements. And so I would definitely encourage you, if building a fan base is important to you, to really use direct contact methods and use them smart. If you would like to learn how to use them smart, you've made it to the end of this video, so hopefully you're interested in that kind of thing. We do, through Full Circle Music, we have a whole marketing course that teaches you pretty much everything you can want to know about that, as far as building a platform online, developing a massive fan base, and communicating with them in a really, really, really effective way that actually not only makes them really excited about your music, but also makes them customers who actually give you money, which is a great thing. So I will link to that course down in the description below, so make sure you check that out. And again, biggest principle overall is if you want to build a fan base, it's not going to happen on its own. You need to put in a lot of effort. So commit right now to making that happen. All right, thanks for watching. If you learned something, if this video was helpful to you, we really would appreciate it if you would go down there and hit that like button. It's super quick, super easy, super simple, and it does make us more friendly with the YouTube, so that would be awesome. But more importantly, we're actually doing a whole lot more videos just like this one where we are answering the internet's top questions about the music industry. And so if you aren't subscribed to our channel and it sounds like you would love to hear our answers to some other questions, then please subscribe so that way you don't miss those. Also, speaking of questions, if you have any more questions, maybe there was something you weren't sure about regarding this video, or you're wondering about a completely different topic in the music industry, go ahead, go down to that comment section and write your question and let us know what's up, and we would be happy to get back to you and answer that, or maybe even make a future video about it. The last thing that I want to let you know is that at Full Circle Music, our team has created an awesome resource for you, totally free, and it's just a free mini training class that teaches you exactly what to do if you really want to have a career in the music industry. So if you would like to check out that free class, and again, it's totally for free, you can click right over here, and if you click on that button, then you should get immediate access to that class, and that would be really cool. Or if you would rather go and check out another video that answers a top question about the music industry, you can do that by clicking right up there.